Mm, mm. What's good, people? It's your boy Clan, Spurs fan. Ooh, make sure that's good. It's your boy Clan, Spurs fan, here with a brand new video. Going live. Just wanted to talk about a few things. I'm gonna let some people get in here, but we got a little Spurs news going on. I heard a little bit from my boy CG, and there's some rumors out there. So I definitely want to get on here and talk some Spurs basketball. What's up, King Kenneth? Kenneth, you say you're the first. You're always the first in here, brother. You're always the first. I'm trying to. Hold on. Maybe I should just close this window. No, I don't know. Why is it so bright? I mean, I know. Well, let me see. Let's see. It's way too bright, ain't it? I don't know what's going on with that. I thought lean back. Maybe I should lean back a little bit. What's up, Rich Boy? Said Sub Clan. What's up, Rich Boy? Skirt. What's up, Gio? I was arguing with another Spurs fan because they didn't want to extend Demar and act like it would be a bad choice. Man, it really does blow my mind with Spurs. Maybe we've just been so spoiled for so long, but it really does blow my mind how we're like so many Spurs fans so against it. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm still letting people come in here, so if I'm being kind of quiet with the subjects, it's because I'm waiting for some Spurs fans come in. I'm gonna keep it real. Maxing out Demar is a bad idea. Extending him is good. Maxing him out is bad. Okay. I mean that's fine. I don't think. I mean I know that the reports out there is max deal, max deal, max deal. Um, I I'll get my thoughts on it a little bit. I'll get my thoughts on it a little bit. Let me see some other stuff coming in here. I'll say so. You agree with what he said about not maxing out? That's fine. I just don't want Demar's contract to screw us getting younger players. Don't give him too much money, enough for us to be able to be flexible with cap. Well, we're gonna talk about it. Just give me 1 second. I was bring Forbes. He needs to play his heart out this season, and if he plays well, max him out. Do I think DeMar will stay with San Antonio? Okay, one thing at a time. I text you on Instagram, Clan. What did you text me, man? ISO, what did you text me? I mean, is it something that like you wanted me to answer on here, or is it like a post you're trying to show me? What's up? I really hate this lighting, yo. I should have did a video. I should have went live earlier today, so I could have had the window out. The light is like behind me, so it's like I don't know. It's really bothering me. Oh, it was just something you wanted to show me, ISO. That's cool. Do you think he wants to stay in San Antonio? Okay. Just your thoughts. Wait, you must have asked something before. Do you think DeMar will stay? Oh, okay, I got you. Clan, when is the 24-hour stream, bro? All right. This is going all over the place. Okay, first and foremost, we can talk about the 24-hour stream at the end of this. Done with these subjects. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my thoughts on this whole situation. I want to start off with one thing. The other day, CG told CG is. If you're watching this for the first time, you don't know who CG is. He's actually a guy who works under ESPN that talks to me and a whole bunch of the fan pages because he's on the come up, so he gets a lot of connections. These fan pages have connections to players, so he wants to ask, do you have this player's information? Do you think you can give him my information? Maybe we can talk, because the only people that have complete control over their own narrative are the athletes themselves. So he's kind of networking out in that aspect. And he told me that he heard that the San Antonio Spurs have completely dropped any trading ideas of DeMar DeRozan. Me personally, since the get-go, he's told me that he didn't really feel like it was necessary. He told me that it wasn't a done deal, or it wasn't confirmed that the Spurs were even going to trade DeMar or anything like that. He told me that it's just a rumor as of now, but he was hearing a lot of speculations. Now he's hearing all of it's off. He's not getting traded. And he said if he did get traded, it will be by mid-season. And if you're a Spurs fan, I think we can all just speculate that they're not going to trade him mid-season. I mean, Spurs is not going to do that unless they have, no wins going into, halfway mark. They're just not going to do that. You know what I mean? Somebody said something about King Kenneth. Hold on. Damn, Clan, you made King Kenneth the mod. Yeah, man, King Kenneth cool. Just don't block nobody, King. All right, so next order of business. So CG has said that all trades are off the table. He said this a few days ago, and I didn't say anything because I felt like all of us could have just speculated anyway that it was off the table. So it wasn't really news to me. I was just like, yeah, I read it and just kept going. Now there's a few rumors out there saying that the Spurs have not taken their mind off of possibly giving DeMar DeRozan a max extension. Now, let me go ahead and give my thoughts on this whole max extension thing. Should the Spurs give him the max? Should they do this? Should they do that? I think that a lot of things that we're thinking about as far as Spurs fans and thinking about why we shouldn't do it or why we should do it. I think that we're really looking at players that could possibly have a great season next season. So we're looking at how could I say this? I know I'm kind of tripping over my words. We're looking at DeJounte Murray and we're saying DeJounte Murray could possibly have a breakout season this season, thus merits him getting a big contract, and saying that we won't have the money to pay him. And we're saying the same thing about Derek White. We won't have the money to pay him. We won't have the money to pay Lonnie once that time comes. And I totally, totally agree with that. I haven't looked at the exact numbers, but I totally understand what everyone's saying. I don't think DeMar DeRozan, when they say give him a max deal, I don't think that you should give him a super max. I don't even know if you can do that. I don't know all the specifics of that, but I could see DeMar DeRozan just like now, because you guys could tell me, you're in the chat, you could look it up really fast. I don't really have laptop with me, so I'm just going right off the dome as far as my thoughts. But as much as what I think about DeMar DeRozan in his window as far as how much money we should give him, he's already making pretty good. He's making 27, right? 24, 27, something like that. So he already has a pretty nice contract. It's just a matter of should he be extended. I don't see why you wouldn't extend DeMar DeRozan, especially in the situation that our San Antonio Spurs are in. And a lot of us are basing our thoughts on this whole situation. We're putting it all on what will DeJounte Murray be? What will Derek White be? These are things that we don't know. But what we do know right now, right here, and sometimes you do have to live in the present day, is that DeMar DeRozan can ball right now. We know what DeMar DeRozan can be. We know that he's an all-star. We know that he could take a team to at least the Eastern Conference Finals. We know what type of games he can have. We know that he can get a triple-double. First triple-double with the Spurs, but sure enough, we know this. We know what type of guy he is. We know his consistency. We know his loyalty. Sorry about that. Yeah, what happened was I had it connected to the Wi-Fi. But what I was saying was, we know what type of player he is. We know that he could take a team to the Eastern Conference Finals. We know that he's a phenomenal talent. We know We know that he could pass the ball at a at a superstar rate. We know that he can be clutch. Now, some people have stated, and I saw it in the chat before the chat started messing up, but I saw it in the chat that somebody said, well, yeah, he also can choke. That's fine. Yes, that is true. DeMar DeRozan has had some lowlights in his career for sure. But all I'm saying is we know what type of player he is. And it is really hard for me, especially in the situation in which we're in right now, where Kawhi Leonard, who we grew and groomed into this great player, wanted to bounce, and we get DeMar DeRozan, another star talent. It's hard for me to straight up just throw that player away and say we don't need him. So as far as should we extend him, is he if he's willing, because I don't see him going back to Toronto. I don't see why he would even go back to Toronto at this point. I mean, you got to have some type of pride about yourself, right? I think that he's loyal enough and he's willing to work hard enough with the Spurs that I don't see why you wouldn't want to keep this type of guy on your roster. It could be a blessing in disguise having a guy like DeMar DeRozan. Do you overpay him? No, of course not. But the San Antonio Spurs are all about loyalty. They're all about giving the guys that deserve the money the money. They don't look at too much stuff because when you do that, that's willing. I made a video about this. When you do that, when you pay the guys that you should pay, later down the line, you're going to get players that you don't even know you're going to get right now. You can't, you're going to eventually get players that are veterans that say, I know San Antonio Spurs is going to take care of me and take care of me at the end of my, this is almost near the end of my reign. And I know that they're going to be there and help me develop, help me take care of my body, help my family, give me the money I feel like I deserve at this point in my career. So whatever decision the San Antonio Spurs make, you best believe it's going to be the right decision. But I don't think that you should make a decision based solely on the fact of what another player could become. Once that time comes, I think that you can restructure contracts. I think you could try to figure out what you're going to do. But as far as right now, I feel like I know what DeMar is. I know what type of star he is. I know what he can become. So it's very hard for me to just throw him out the window and say, well, we got DeJounte. Well, we got Derek White. Those guys are great. But DeJounte Murray has said himself, just because the big three has done it, just because Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker was great, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be great. And even as fans, we should see it that way. DeJounte Murray is a phenomenal talent. Derek White, you know how much I love Derek White, favorite player on the team. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here with a straight face and say these guys are superstars or these guys are going to become superstars. They have the potential, but potential shouldn't, what am I trying to say? Potential shouldn't just totally overcrowd your thinking of what you should do with your team. You know what I mean? Like, yes, develop these guys. Yes, hope they become that. But at the same time, we know what Derek White, we know what DeMar is. These guys aren't as good as DeMar DeRozan. They're not. Can they be? Of course, they have all the tools to be. But will they be? We don't know. I say keep the guys that you know. You know you got star talent. You hold on to that star talent because after this Kawhi, if this Kawhi Leonard situation taught us anything, it taught us that we can have talent and it can just split in a second. We don't know what's going on with these guys' psyche. So we have DeMar DeRozan here. We have a guy who's willing to work, put the work in, is a phenomenal talent in the NBA. It's a question whether or not you can win a championship with DeMar DeRozan, but we know that DeMar DeRozan has led his team over in Canada to an Eastern Conference final. So we know he's capable of doing that. And if he's capable of taking a team in the Eastern Conference finals or another team to the Eastern Conference finals, I have no reason to believe that he can't do that under Popovich. So that's my thoughts on it. Should we extend them? I say hell yes. As far as a max contract, you don't do too. Of course, you don't do too much. You don't give him a contract like, Chris Paul contract or some crazy contract. I mean, you just don't do it. Spurs don't do that anyway. But you typically don't do that. But somebody like DeMar DeRozan, he has talked about many things, and he doesn't just talk it. He walks the walk. He's talked about depression. He's talked about how money doesn't mean everything. It doesn't rule all. He's talked about how he's content where he is. So I have a hard time believing DeMar DeRozan is going to be hard to talk to, especially with the Spurs, because Spurs going to take care of you regardless, dog. But it's hard for me to believe that DeMar DeRozan is just going to bounce on the Spurs if they don't give him the most money in the world. I think that they could talk it out, give him an extension, give him, enough money, help him out, and probably give him a little bit of extra here and there. But I just have a hard time believing that this is going to be an issue. You know what I'm saying? And Spurs fans right now are split into two groups. It's the group that says give them the money, and it's even a larger group that says let them walk. And that mentality of just letting DeMar DeRozan walk, especially after what we just went through with number two, it's hard for me to go there. I'm sorry, I can't go there. DeMar DeRozan, he has plenty to work on, just like anybody else. But it's very hard for me to sit here and say, you know what, DeMar DeRozan, I appreciate you this season, but you ain't it. We can't win once you get out of here. I can't do that. Not at this point. With what we've endured. Ooh, I don't think I'm gonna be able to be on here long, y'all. My phone, I'm gonna have to get a better charger, man. This thing is losing charge quick. I don't know what's going on with this cord. Hold on. I mean, it's plugged in there. I don't know. Clan, don't leave on us. I know, man. I'm gonna try to. It's at 33%. That is crazy. It was like at 50% just a second ago. It might just be my phone. Wonder if I got another cord around here. That's tough. Damn. I'll figure it out. But I'll probably get off once it gets to like 20% or something. All right. You said trade LA. I wouldn't. LA at this point, y'all, you know my thoughts on LA. If you've been following this channel at all, you know I'm not the biggest person on LA. But at this point, I mean, what do we trade them for? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't know what you really get for an age in LA at this point, you know? So I say just roll. You know, I wouldn't have a problem with this whole LA wants to leave to the Trailblazers by the end of his career or whatever. I wouldn't have a problem with that if LA didn't come to San Antonio to be the guy. You know what I mean? I just feel like he's not fully in. He said, I agree, Clan, keep DeMar. Yeah, you got to keep DeMar. I've been saying this ever since the news came out where it was like Spurs are looking to trade DeMar, and then CG said we're looking to trade DeMar and all that stuff. I was like, I wasn't high on it either, even then. And all you guys were exploring like different trade packages. I wasn't high on it at all. I really felt as if we should just keep them. DJ and Whiteout, what should be their backcourt nicknames? You know what is Nick? I mean, Derek White is Whiteout. You just said it, but what would be a nickname for DJ DeJounte Murray? I don't know a nickname for DeJounte Murray. Super stoked about the Spurs. I think that's what you said. Clan, you thinking Kawhi could return in the future? No. I've heard that many people have said that that's not happening, man. That's not happening. Not only do I believe that's not going to happen, I believe it shouldn't happen. I mean, imagine doing that with guys, because you can tell if you pay attention to social media with DeJounte Murray or even like Rudy Gay and who else on the team kind of had a problem with it. I guess those two. Manu had a problem with it. Manu ain't on the team no more. But I feel like if you bring in a guy after what Kawhi did, I mean, what type of message are you sending to the guys you're trying to develop? You know what I'm saying? Like, they need guys like Tim Duncan around that say, you know, he exudes, is that the word? Excuse, I can't say it. Loyalty. I mean, you just look at him and you're like, that is loyalty. That is the statue of loyalty right there. That is the statue of consistency. And if you start bringing in Kawhi and say, well, these guys aren't good enough, we need you. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. I think this Tim Duncan thing, getting Tim Duncan as a coach is such a great idea, or such a great thing that's going to happen, because our team has not. I don't want to say we've lost the Spurs way, because we haven't. We haven't lost the Spurs way, but certain stuff that's going on with the San Antonio Spurs does not happen, and it's recently has happened, especially after what Kawhi did, and it just doesn't look right. So it's good to have Tim Duncan on that sidelines, and every time somebody, every time a player come down the court, they see Tim Duncan on that sideline. You know, go to practice, you see Tim Duncan. So you see those 5 banners, and you know that assistant coach won those. And it's also good for Popovich because I feel like the one issue Popovich had, Popovich is the greatest coach of all time, period. Hands down. I don't care what anybody says. He is the greatest coach ever in NBA history, in my opinion, but that's what I believe. But the one problem with Popovich is that he always, and I mean always, overcoaches at some point, either in the season or in the playoffs. It always comes a moment where he overcoaches, and that's just a matter of him being very confident in his decisions, confident in what he chooses to do, and yeah, I think that he needs Tim Duncan in his ear to say, Pop, maybe we should run with this lineup. Maybe we should do this. I mean, we saw it last season in the playoffs. Popovich just totally overcoached. I mean, he took out Derek White. I mean, he only played veterans down that stretch. He didn't play Lonnie at all. Like, he just overcoached completely. So, it's gonna be good for him to have another guy that he can trust on that sideline with him, on that bench with him. All right, let's see here. Let's see what else we got here. Kuzma going to be a Spur after his rookie contract up. That would be cool, man. We should have had Kuzma anyway. Kuzma gonna want to get paid though. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry about that. Whew. All right. Let's see what. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. All right, what other comments in here? You think we retiring Kawhi? No. No. That's not something you have to do. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't think the Spurs have a vendetta against Kawhi like that. I don't think they dislike or hate Kawhi or anything like that. But you don't retire a guy's jersey like that, like Kawhi. You know what I mean? I don't believe his tenure with the Spurs was even long enough for us to look at retiring his jersey. I mean, he really started showing how good he is maybe 2014. 2015, he kind of had a breakout. No, 2016, he had a breakout season. And then shortly thereafter, I mean, he leaves, so I don't see that happening. Kuzma said Pop takes away remembering basketball is fun. I think it was towards Pop. Wait, what? Clan, here's my thoughts on Demar's contract. All right, Northwest, what's your thoughts on Demar's contract? Demar is definitely a true Spur. See him behind the scenes, and you'll know what I mean. Family man, speaks out on mental health, teammate oriented. Just don't give him an unflexible contract. Yeah, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. He is at heart, maybe not, maybe not with the clutch ability in the playoffs, which, I mean, it's hard for me to defend him in clutch situations in the playoffs. It's hard for me to defend. Now, I will say in Game 7, he showed up in the fourth quarter, but, I mean, what about the quarters prior to that? So it's hard for me to just say, oh, yeah, he's this, he's that. It's hard for me to say that, but I will say the mental aspect of DeMar DeRozan and how he goes about his business, he is a Spur. Or he at least fits the Spurs perfect. And guys, you got to keep in mind that the Spurs are doing it a little different. It's true, we don't have a superstar. I mean, DeMar DeRozan at times can look like a superstar, and he can have superstar performances, but he is just a star. He's not. Why is my camera doing that? He's just a star, and that's fine, because the way that the San Antonio Spurs are going about their business, if they can get back to the 2014 type of play with the San Antonio Spurs, and then you already have this talent with Damari Carroll, Rudy Gay, Whiteout, DeJounte, Lonnie, and you find a way to make everything gel with Tim Duncan teaching Trey Lyles a few things, I think you can go into a good direction where you can be competing for a championship without a true superstar. One thing that people don't realize about the 2014 Spurs is that they didn't have a true superstar. As far as superstar talent, the Heat had that. Kawhi was just a baby. Kawhi was not a superstar by any means. He was a really good defender. He was a good opportunist on offense, but we passed the ball around a lot. Tim Duncan, he was older, and he was nearing retirement. He did his thing, but he was nearing retirement. Manu Ginobili, nearing retirement. Tony Parker, he was not the Tony Parker even of the season before 2014. He wasn't the same Tony Parker. So we didn't have a superstar in that lineup. We just had a lot of guys who were hungry for a championship that wanted to play the right way. And that's what we got. We ended up getting a championship out of it, beating a superstar field team. So I don't necessarily think, some people will say that's not true. You need a superstar talent to win, maybe, but we have guys. I will say this: I don't think you necessarily need a superstar on your team to win a championship. I will say that maybe you need players with the potential to be a superstar, players that have at least enough sparks in their game where it can show up in the finals. Like, we talk about Kawhi, the Kawhi dunk, the big dunk that, ended up making it to, I forgot what magazine it was on, but it was a dunk that bounced off the rim and he saved it and dunked it. That was sparks of a superstar. That was sparks of what he could be. Tim Duncan wasn't a superstar no more. Manu wasn't, Tony wasn't, but we had sparks from him. If everyone plays consistently enough and we get those sparks from Lonnie, we get those sparks from DeJounte, we get those sparks from Derek White, we could win a championship. No contest. LA is better than DeMar. Whoa, hold on. What y'all talking about? I want to talk about that. No contest. LA is better than DeMar, but there's a rumor that LA wants to go back to Portland once he's a free agent. I think it's wiser for San Antonio to keep DeMar and trade LA instead of losing him come free agency. I'm gonna talk about that for a minute. I actually by the way, hello guys. What's up, Dennis Santos? Bro, that Derek White talk. Wait, what? Red talk. Haha, you called that from a mile away. That Derek White talk. Wait, what you talking about? What are you talking about? Explain what you're talking about. I'm a little lost. Okay. I don't think LA's better than DeMar. I mean, some people might disagree with that. I just don't see LA as being better than DeMar DeRozan. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I think LA is an amazing, amazing talent, just like DeMar is an amazing talent. I just don't see it. Hold on one second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. And phone is second. Wait. What am I on? 25%. Y'all, I'm gonna have to get off soon. Um. Okay, yeah, I just don't think LA is better than DeMar DeRozan. I think everything that DeMar has in his arsenal and what DeMar can be, I just feel like DeMar can be the main guy, but he can also be the second guy. I feel like LA has to be the main guy, but then if he's the main guy, he's not going to do main guy things. And then if he's the second guy, he's just going to disappear. It's hard for me to say LA is better than DeMar DeRozan. I don't see it. Okay, this is what you were talking about about the Derek White thing, like how you knew Derek White was balling all season, but these other folks are just now catching on. Dude, I said he was gonna be the ish before the season even started. I said he was gonna be great before the season started. Yeah, I don't know what's up with people. I mean, dude can ball, man. I don't know. I think it's his look. I think people look at how Derek White looks like, his face, his baby face and everything, and I think that they mistake it for like not going to be that good. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Dwight is still a free agent. Man, we don't need no Dwight. DeMar is more of a Spur. Yeah, and DeMar is more of a Spur. Clan, you want to talk about Spurs with me? If you reach me, no limit T. I guess just send me another message. I get a lot. I'm not. This not a brag or anything. I get a lot of messages, so it's hard for me to keep up with them sometimes. Let's see. Anything else on here? White, Murray, Walker, Kuzma, Luka. That would be nice. That would be nice. But how tall is Luka? Isn't Luka like 6? I guess it's a new NBA, isn't it? Clan, I made a video of Keldon Johnson and Quinn Witherspoon highlights. Oh, that's kind of cool. Not on this account. What account is it? Bro, you got an elliptical machine in your room? Oh, yeah. See, I'm actually not in my room. I'm moving to an apartment that's in Kentucky. So all of my stuff is moved. This is my family's exercise room. So this is like a parent's exercise room. This isn't my room. Yeah, but I have a bed like sitting on the floor. But I'm leaving in like a couple days. So you're gonna see a different scenery soon. Spurs seed this season. I say second seed. Probably third, man. I don't know. Probably third seed, third or fourth seed. All right, guys. This is probably the earliest I've ever cut it off. I'm usually on here like an hour, but I gotta get off because this phone is losing charge so quickly. I gotta change my cord, man. What's good in Kentucky? I'm actually going to Murray State. I graduated from University of Memphis, and I'm gonna go get my master's at Murray State. So I'm gonna be living out there. College, Kentucky. No, it's gonna be Murray State. No higher than fifth seed. Is that what you think, John Mendez? Hey, congrats, bro. Thanks, Jay. Thank you. Drew Eubanks. What, you want my thoughts on Drew Eubanks? I think he's a great. I said great player. Don't say great. Don't start saying great. I think he's a really good player, and I think that hook shot he has, if he can manage to continuously have that relate or use that in today's NBA, he'll be unstoppable, dog. No one does a hook shot, and he's probably the best that do it. I don't see any other players do a hook shot. It might be, well, I want to say his lack of athleticism why he does it often, but dude is athletic. Maybe it just fits him. Maybe you could tell that he really has a love for old school basketball. Yeah, he got that cream sky hook. Yep. Give Drew Banks the bench spot before paying out too much right now. I got you. Clan, who your NFL team? It's the Dallas Cowboys, unfortunately, but I think I went on a rant last time I was on live, so I ain't going on a rant no more. You seen Demar's last workout video shooting threes? Where is that, Shaw? That's the second I've seen now. I might have seen it. What did you see it on? I'll find it. Okay. You find it. Come back here. Tell me where it's at. And then I'm getting off because I'm going to have to get off. We got to sign Dak and Zeke. It don't matter, dog. I mean, I'm assuming you're a Dallas Cowboys fan because you said we. I don't mean to be rude or out of line as a Cowboys fan, but it won't matter. And I love Dak. I love Dak. He's my favorite quarterback in the NFL. Him and Tom Brady. But it won't matter. When you have management like we have it, When you have management like Jerry Jones and how he's all about himself, and he won't hire a real coach. You know, he wants to hold on to that little bit of power that he has as far as, you know, controlling the coach. It ain't gonna work. You right, bro. Jerry all about. Yeah, it just won't work, man. You're not gonna win a championship with Jason Garrett. Um, it's proven over and over again it won't work. No matter how much talent you got. Join my chat. Spurs off-season moves. I'm gonna have to look that up. All right, come on, Shaw. Hopefully you make it back, man. I want to see where that video's at. What's your username? My username? Oh, you talking about Geo? Yeah, what's your username, Geo? Oh, okay, Shaw. You said check pounding the rock comment section. Trying to get it, but is it on there? Because I mean, I can look it up. Clan, you trying to talk Spurs to me? I don't mind, man. You talking about Instagram? I don't mind. I don't know if it'll be tonight, but you send some and I'll look at it. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's on Pound the Rock. Okay, I'll look it up. All right, y'all. I think that's gonna be it. This stream is. Yep, my phone is officially at 19%. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I really appreciate all the love, everybody getting on here, following the account, talking Spurs basketball with me. Clan, where do you stream games? Talking about stream NBA games? I go to NBAstream.tv. That's where I go. Also, if you guys, I don't mean to just do a shameless plug here, but if you're going to any concert, any sporting event, go to SeatGeek.com, use my promo code Spurs Dynasty, and it will take $20 off, and that's in the caption as well. So if you need to know where that's at, it's in the caption. But all right, y'all. Oh, whoop, you said you found it? Here, found it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up, Shaw. Appreciate that, man. All right, y'all. Good night. Go Spurs. Go. Go Cowboys. Go. Yeah, I guess with the Cowboys. But go Spurs. Go for sure. All right. Until next time, Spurs Nights. Deuces. Love y'all. Have a good night. Peace.